Our analyst in the house, Mr. Morning, as usual, Bayo Okudemu, joining us today for another session of national anthem, so to say.
Yeah,
Bayo, welcome aboard.
Thank you very much, Debo. Good morning.
All right, so we move straight to the stories. We start with the punch today.
Yeah, we'll start with the punch this morning. Tinubu extends palliatives to SUG presidents nationwide. President Bola Tinubu has extended palliative support to the student union government presidents, SUG presidents across the 36 states of Nigeria, including the Federal Capital Territory. The distribution of rice to the SUG president was made known via the Office of the Special Advisor on Students' Engagement to the President, Comrade Sunday Ashefon. Now, the SUG presidents are not left out. Not that students this time around, but SUG presidents across the 36 states and the FCT. The caveat is there, the SUG presidents. Whatever you to say about it now.
Good morning once again, and I want to thank you for having me yet. Well, if you look at the whole thing, you agree with me that the SUG presidents are also in a very, very high pedestal when it comes to positions in this country. And it sounds so funny, and that's why you discover or you witness a lot of acrimonious happenings when it is time for these students to take over from their predecessors in office and all of that. In what way? At times I just sit down and I laugh at the way we do things in this part of the world. In what way are they different from the chairman of the road unions? When it's about time for them to take over, what normally happens. It is only a slight difference from what happens also in our various institutions. Well, the SUG president will be taking bags of rice and all of that. We do not know if some other palliatives are there. So it makes the whole thing quite interesting. And I can say that it's again one of the ploys by government to at least get something for the boys. The SUG presidents who ordinarily sit on the wealth of the students, because there is a lot of money there. And you now have a president, and I think this is for the first time in the history of this nation, and we have to look at it and tell ourselves boldly, look at ourselves straight in our faces and say, it's like we are not serious about the way we do things in this part of the world. The federal government giving palliatives to students, presidents, student union presidents, those that are expected to struggle to go about getting the best for their members. So you now see what that kind of a thing is going to encourage. It's going to encourage a lot of struggles when those that are holding offices now are about leaving. We find that a lot of them will want to be president at all costs, knowing fully well that this is a president that throws a lot of laches around. Whatever is behind it, I think Mr. President should look at it very well and get more serious about the business of government. Ashefon himself, I mean, if you know his antecedents and you see, you look at the whole thing, you cannot but laugh at the way we do things in this country. As at the time Ashefon became the representatives of the students at that level, how old was he? Yes, the man is a very old man.
Very close to 40.
He was more than that when he was elected into the national leadership, yes, of the students' body, the students' movement. So we should sit down seriously and analyze a lot of things in this country and look at ourselves boldly in our faces and tell ourselves the truth. For me, this one missed the point.
Okay, today is 15th of January. It's Armed Forces Remembrance Day and celebration for the year 2025.
Yes.
Then there was this package yesterday, or this program yesterday. It was the 2025 Regimental Dinner Night in honor of the Armed Forces celebration and Remembrance Day in Abuja. And so President Bola Tinubu assured Nigerians that his government will equip and will continue to equip the nation's security agencies to enable the country overcome the current security challenges. Now, maybe a quick assessment of what the Nigerian Armed Forces have been able to achieve. To achieve so far. Okay, and today being a day we celebrate and of course remember those who have fallen and celebrate those still in active service.
Yes, I want to personally applaud the president and the government of the federation on this. Debo, you will agree with me that armed forces personnel deserve to be treated very well because they are there defending the nation, getting the bullets in some instances, and facing a lot of challenges. So these are the kind of things that one will expect that the government should do. These people should be well taken care of, and I think this one should be quite applauded, and government should go ahead to introduce so many other programs, so many other palliatives, so many other things that will actually make these people to want to continue to give their best uh, for the country, their children, their family, the families as a whole, and all of that. So this is good, and one will want to applaud. It's not all the time that we just want to criticize the government. If we see anything that is okay, then we applaud it. I want to support this, and I'll say kudos to the federal government.
Okay, quickly to this one.
Mo ti jẹ training. Máa ń wò ní méjì tó máa ń wò ní.
Mo ti pé ẹ connect mọ́.
Yes.
Babalola. Good morning, sir.
And good morning, Mr. Abayo.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
I am from Ishara. Let me quickly say that the whole idea of giving palliatives, I think, is not to be encouraged. I don't actually support it. It's like to make the people poor, make them hungry, and they begin to give them peanuts. That is the Stalin model of governance. Give us good governance, and make it possible for people to produce their own food rather than giving palliatives. And it is still worse when you now give palliatives to induce people to vote for you when it comes to election, and then you sit down and then you make it selective. So the whole idea of giving palliatives, people are depending on palliatives. I think we should not encourage it. That's number one. Two, the issue of tax reform bill. Well, Bayo Kuduma said it all. What did these members of the NAS do during their recess? Did they go to their constituency to educate the people? That's number one. Two, I believe that it is also good to do more expensive consultations so that we have progressive taxation family in place. That is, percentage tax increases with increase in income, and then combine that with more coverage rather than concentrating on public servants alone. More coverage, but let that be progressive taxation. I think it's in this there, but they are not good response. How they are going to implement that properly? Let me stop that. One, palliatives should not be encouraged at all. Two, that's the formula. Extend it. This issue of wanting to stop the death fund something, I don't think it's right. I am several calling from the
Thank you. Thank you sincerely for joining us. Now, quickly to the next one, Nigerian Tribune. TCN requires 2.8 trillion naira to execute 114 projects and stabilize power. This is according to the Minister of Power. The Minister of Power, Chief Adeyinka, has said that no, okay.
I'll repeat this. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you sincerely for joining us, comrade. Comrade, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mr. Good evening.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much for all you have been saying.
Thank you too, sir.
Giving palliatives to student union government presidents. That is their initiation into the rot that we find in Nigeria.
Yes.
It will be their initiation, formal initiation. Again, But when you give palliatives to student union government presidents, which of them or who among them that collected will have the mouth to either say anything bad about the government or criticize the government, even if constructively? They would have been completely pocketed. They would have been completely bought. They would have been completely rendered useless to their members. And this is a time when one was wishing that someone like Larry Arugundade was still in student union government. If somebody like Larry Arugundade was still in student union government, the government will regret this move because it is a wrong move. It is a move that can even give the government a very bad image. The government is still battling with the issue with the judiciary now. You know, the impression is that the government has already pocketed the judiciary through giving them low, hefty salary.
Yes, not working salary increase.
All of those, including housing them, and putting vehicles on their feet. And so the government has not finished dealing with that. It's now to pocket the critical sector of the economy that is acting as a watchdog, even if unofficial, but it is a watchdog on the government. I don't know if we have any of them that will accept and come out openly to say that he has accepted palliative from the government. Then the governors forum. I believe you heard what JP Clark said about them. That the Nigerian governors forum has already become a court where those who are in there dictate what happens, and it is behaving that way right now. Good morning, Comrade Kelly. I come from Otta.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Now to the power sector this morning, 2.8 trillion naira to execute 149 projects. And it is also meant to stabilize power. This is according to the Minister of Power. The Minister of Power, Chief Adeyinka, said that to tackle the electricity challenge facing the nation, the transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, will require about 2.8 trillion naira to execute its 149 projects that are scattered across the country, many of them at different stages of completion. And Chief Adeyinka made the disclosure when he appeared before the National Assembly in Abuja. What have you to say about investment going into the power sector, yet we still experience...
Yes, I would just say that we are not serious in this country, and I don't see any sign that we will get serious even any moment from now. We should ask ourselves, and particularly the government, what happened to the huge sums of money that had been spent in the past? What results did we get from all these spendings? And so to now say that 2 point something trillion will now be needed again, it's not that the government will not be able to raise the fund. Tope, it's not. I'm sure that we should be able to raise it, but it's something that you really can't fathom what actually is the real problem. If you are talking of 2.8 trillion to get those things back, what has happened to the huge sums of money that had been spent in the past? And what is the assurance that even if the government is able to, get this money and get it raised and released, how are we sure that the money will be spent wholly for the purpose it is meant to be spent on? So it is just left for Nigerians to take our fate in our hands by, looking at the government boldly in the face and say enough of this is it and all of that. And I think we are getting there. Gradually we are getting there. It won't just happen all of a sudden. It's going to be a gradual process. Oh, good morning, Noti.
Roti Ojelade.
You are welcome.
I'm calling from Adeyinka.
Welcome.
Oh, okay. You are in Babalola this morning.
Change your location.
I remember this to you all.
Thank you.
It is all of us pouring you rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Amen.
As our president promised the orphans of those officers, you should please do, because I know it's a Mr. Talk and do. Let me just say that Mr. Talk and do. They're talking about SUG. I follow to what all our daddies have said. I don't subscribe to that because they've already eaten those SUGs. That's just my take. Have a wonderful day.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Okay, 003-447-9453 and 025-032-0226.
Because I just coming in.
Hello, good morning. Morning.
Thank you for joining us. Good
Good
morning,
morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Thank you so much.
Well, something just came. I don't know if I can quickly
Please
say.
go ahead.
Something just was just crossing my mind while he was reacting, and was talking about the local government. I'm not sure that all these issues are actually the local government concern, whatever. But what would be that as it may, talking about, and that is talking about the palliatives given to be given to the SUG presidents. And I was ruminating in my mind. I was asking myself, where are those bags of rice coming from? Let's ask ourselves. We cannot buy this rice in the market. It's been banned. Bringing them in has been stopped, so to say. We find the customs going around to seize those that were able to bring them in.
Yeah.
Where is the government seeing those bags of rice to be distributed? What's wrong with us in this country? Where is the government getting those bags of rice?
Thousands of bags of rice.
Yes, that will be distributed. And don't forget, don't let us lose sight of the fact that once that is done at the federal level, the state governors will also follow suit. Go and write it down. It's so funny.
Okay, 003-447-9453 and 025-032-0226. Okay, now let us quickly Debo.
Yeah, I was just looking at so many headlines and it's difficult to really pick one. They're quite
interesting stories. Yes.
But let's talk about the effort towards making life better for Nigerians. FD is talking about 255 tractors from Belarus, and they are vowing to crash food prices. The federal government on Tuesday said it started taking delivery of 2,000 tractors ordered by Belarus for distribution to farmers across the country. And confirming the development, Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, said 255 tractors have so far arrived in the country, with more expected in due course. Tractors.
Yes, tractors, we need them. My thinking again now is, instead of wasting our money on the purchase of these bags of rice for the SUG president, why can't government devote much of that resources or fund to getting some of these things in? Definitely, 255 have just arrived. 2,000 is being planned. But I will tell you, Debo, that we need more than that. Ogun State alone will not, 2,000 will not be enough for Ogun State alone. Talk less of talking about the entire Nigerian nation. These are areas that government should really focus. We need to go back to agriculture. We need to bring it back to be one of the mainstays of the income of government. When we do that, we are bound to get a lot of returns from it. It's a welcome development, but definitely the number is too small. It's too small.
Well, I think you have something there.
Yeah, just quickly to the education sector, because I know that Bayo is very interested in this one. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, is saying that this is the reason why they proposed 1.1 billion naira for staff feeding. And this is according to JAMB that they will be feeding 2,300 staff members, including cleaners and security personnel nationwide. And that has been captured in the budget. And do not forget that 2 days ago, there was this back and forth between Senator Shumole and the registrar of the JAMB that so amounts, threatening that so amounts will be withheld from them from having access to it in 2025 budgets.
I think JAMB has come out to do some kind of clarification on that. I also had this morning and I read it. But this other story, setting aside about 1 point something billion naira to feed staff. Oh God.
1 meal every day.
1 meal every day.
1 meal every day
for all their staff nationwide.
All their staff nationwide.
They said they need to maintain efficiency among its workforce while addressing booster.
And I've always respected Professor Ishaq Olanrewaju Oloide, the JAMB registrar. I don't know how he was railroaded into this, but I would say definitely that this is not what we expect from JAMB. We are going to spend a whopping 1.1 billion naira. Is it going to be sustained? Is it going to be every year?
There are institutions in this nation where you work and you have access to a meal every day. It's a morale booster.
A morale booster. Then let it
government is taking off.
Let it go round. Let it start from this studio.
No, it's starting with JAMB. So ODBC will came, no problem.
And let it come to FUNAC too.
Oh, great. All right, I want to thank you this morning for being part of our broadcast, Morning Flight on OGBC 90.5 FM. A big thank you to our analysts in the studio, senior analyst of Nigeria, and we thank you very sincerely, sir.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I'm not a lover of title, but I want to thank those who gave me the title. I want to thank Elder. It will interest you to know that I'm also a JP. But I've never used it. Okay. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
We also sincerely appreciate the production crew, Chris Obu and Adeyinka Ojetmole, are the editors from the newsroom. The ICV personnel on duty is Daniel Okechiko, and the sound manager is Yemi Sarikode. The producer is Yemi Shodeko. My name is Temitope Babalola. Urging you to have a beautiful midweek.
And I'm Debo. Have a nice day.